Okay. Out comes the Bash Lord. He is worth 4 stuns, all right?
Yeah. Our lovely production team over on the other side of this did recommend that the Dilecom get some BKBs, and we do have a lot of natural BKB carriers on Dilecom. The Queen of Pain and TA can both go for an early BKB. It does limit their damage a little bit early game and kind of into the early mid game, but they can all carry BKBs.
Wait, is Vivi whispering sweet nothings in your ear? I'm not getting whispered sweet nothings.
Oh, that's too bad.
All right, I'm a sad panda now. All right, let's see what kind of bands are we gonna look at. So, Wind Ranger, pretty good carry. Not, I wouldn't say she's any of the best, but who do you think Keed is gonna pick up for like a big, strong cat? You think like a PA would be just nasty here?
Yeah, very good because they have so much lockdown. The PA can just go in and get a whole bunch of crits. Yeah, PA would be good. I like this for a Sven game again. It'd be 5 stuns on the side of the Dire. The Spirit Breaker pickup, so Spirit Breaker is good because he makes people play differently, but I don't feel like this team is super afraid of a Spirit Breaker. They're not super squish. They can exit pretty quickly. Slardar can, stop him from doing his ult and get out.
I think you hit the nail on the head there. Just think about Spirit Breaker charging any one of these heroes. What's going to happen? He's going to get locked down right after he charges them.
Yeah.
Jakiro, Ice Path, Wind Ranger, Shackle, Tusk, Snowball, Slardar, Crush. Like, that's just a huge pain in the butt. Oh, Slark would have been great for Keed as well. That was a good ban by Dilecom.
Yeah. If Keed keeps up the vision that they had in the last game, if they can maintain the vision in this game against the Spirit Breaker, they'll always be able to lock him down.
What do you think about this Undying ban from Keed? Do you think Dilecom was really going to go for something like that? I mean, that would have been a vicious draft with an Undying at the end of it.
Yeah, he would have been a good off lane with the Spirit Breaker. It would have been pretty scary. It's kind of like having a Tusk Undying lane. Ooh, Phantom Lancer. I think that's a good pickup. So if they get into trouble, the PL can start split pushing with the Wind Ranger, and they can just basically push objectives without having a whole lot of farm.
Yeah, and don't count out Liquid Fire either. That's a great pushing tool, and I think you're going to see an early team fight Phantom Lancer here. I don't think you're going to be seeing him go for a lot of like end game items. I think you're going to see like a lot of early fight items, maybe Diffusal, but I think you'll see kind of a really bloodthirsty Phantom Lancer.
And if Keed can if they can keep their own in the mid game, this is exactly opposite the last game. Keed has much better mid to late game than Team Dilecom does.
And then a Clockwork on the side of Dilecom. Okay, so Dilecom picking up a couple more stuns on the back end of their draft, but for the most part, it looks like they're going to be pushing real hard for that mid game. But I think Keed has just as much mid game as Dilecom. So.
As long as they build it right, for sure. Like if Slardar gets some good farm and can get that Blink Dagger early, it will be. I think it'll be a pretty good control on the side of Keed.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
People are picking their heroes, taking their time picking their heroes. Might see it'd be fun to see an aggressive smoke come out here.
Yeah, or we might see that early ward again. That unfortunately didn't do as much work as it could have, but was still an impressive time to get a ward out there.
Yeah. So one thing I want to mention, Dilecom's going for another kind of team fighty strategy, but I don't feel like they have a lot of cohesion. Kind of like in the last game, they had a lot of team fight, but not a lot of cohesion in their draft. It worked out because Keed didn't have a good late game lineup. But this game, I mean, Dilecom doesn't really have a late game lineup, and they don't have a lot of setup.
Okay, I would agree with that definitely. Let's even though we're paused, let's move on to a little bit of introduction, and let's spare our brother Vivi a little bit of grief, and we'll just go down the list. I'll start with Keed, and you can move on to introducing Dilecom. How does that sound?
Sweet.
All right. So on the side of Keed, we have Vestius on the Jakiro. We have +1 on the Tusk. We have Laposa on that pesky Phantom Lancer. Jian Li on one of the best heroes, in my opinion, of the game, Wind Ranger. And we have Jubileo on the Slardar.
For Dilecom on the Dire, we've got blank dot blank on the Quap, Hui Hui on the position 5 Winter Wyvern. We've got Chris Brown on the Clockwork. Jericho's on the Spirit Breaker, so that's probably going to be a support Spirit Breaker. And on the TA, we've got the Asian characters that I can't read.
The foreign letters.
Yes.
Okay, we're sitting on a little pause. We got to reconnect, so maybe it'll just take a little bit of time.
And we've got a lot of drawing on the map coming out from the teams. They're very excited about drawing.
Yeah, +1 has TP'd forward with 2 wards. He wants to get this off really quickly to give them the vision they need to possibly get like maybe a nice first blood at the rune. Where's this? No, he's putting it down at the camp. He wants to see the camp. He wants to block it.
And there's lots of pings coming out from the Jakiro and the Slardar, like, hey, you need to put it here.
No, here. After you. No, after you.
This is exactly the same ward placement that they did last game.
It's a good spot. It gives you, it gives you some background noise here, and then you're blocking the camp here. It's good stuff. And they've already spotted out 2 heroes. Look at that. Look how much work that ward is doing in the first 8 seconds of its life.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
All right.
When Ranger's up here protecting the ancient ward spot, which is pretty common. I think he'd laid one down there last time.
It looks like the slobber knocker might be happening up here by top rune. Both teams kind of playing safe. Dilecom moving in to mess with Jubileo. He's cutting through the trees. Doesn't actually cut anything, but, a little bit of jukey action.
Really interesting dire ward placements here from Dilecom. One is in the side shop with a lane ward protecting the Quap, and then another quasi lane ward. I wonder if this was actually intentional down in the bottom lane. Gives good vision of the forest, so they're really expecting a lot of ganks coming out from Keed, which is a good idea because they've got some roaming supports that are really scary.
So it looks like a safe lane, Queen of Pain. Try to say that 5 times fast. Maybe a roaming Spirit Breaker or just kind of in a support position. Jubileo on the Slardar will be taking the safe lane down here on Radiant side, and Clockwork pushing the creeps into the trees to try and deny Jubileo, but
yeah, got
see
a
how
really
that
good
works
block
out
there.
And Spirit Breaker is aggressively charging backwards so he doesn't have to deal with these pesky heroes trying to right click him. Clever little play. What a cheeky little cow he is. And so we have Jakiro, PL, and Tusk up here in the off lane. This could prove to be very difficult for Queen of Pain, but she can always blink away. She hasn't leveled it, but the snowball into Liquid Fire and the right clicks from Phantom Lancer could spell her demise quite quickly. Jericho getting into position for a charge. Hui Hui is here to support him if he needs it. She has the Arctic Burn, so she can kind of escape if she needs to. Almost as good as a blink. La Posa not getting a whole lot of farm, just kind of floating around, trying to get an easy right click. He has the Spirit Lance. And there's the Arctic Burn. She's hitting on Vestivus. He's taking a lot of damage. Here comes Jericho with the follow-up charge, but is it enough? Defensive Snowball to keep Vestus alive. He's trying to flee, but it's very difficult. Jericho has that oof. And the right-click kill will go to Dilecom, period.
Yeah, I like what Keed has done in this lane. It's too bad that Jakiro didn't get the Ice Path first to maybe provide a little bit more protection for the Phantom Lancer. I do like what both teams have done. They've responded very well to this aggro try that's gone up into the top lane from the Radiant, and I really like that they put the Slardar against the Clockwork. I think it's going to be good for both those heroes. But Slardar, I think, will probably come out on top if he can manage to control this lane.
It looks like Clock he's gone a 1-1-1 build, so he might be looking to get maybe some last hits with that flare. We'll see. He pops the cogs just to annoy Jubileo.
Probably trying to get rid of some of his mana.
Yeah, that too. And there's a horizontal pull up in the top lane, snowballing to the ranged creep just to avoid the fight. He decides to take a page out of the Spirit Breaker's book. And an aggressive flare to the top just to annoy everyone from all the way across the map.
Yeah, these teams like doing a lot of just kind of ping damage to each other. Look at this mid lane.
Oh yeah, we haven't talked about mid lane at all. Spiritbreaker's coming in to charge on John Lee. While the Templar Assassin has her bottle and is bottling up. Here comes the cow. I've got a fever, and the only prescription is more cowbell. Oh, and it looks like Tusk pwned Hui on the top lane that I missed out on. Sorry about that, folks.
Yeah, as soon as they saw that the Spiritbreaker was gone, they started getting aggressive.
That's good map sense, good paying attention on their part.
This is going to be what's difficult for Dilecom. Not only do they not have a lot of late game, as soon as Spiritbreaker leaves this lane, Quap is in a lot of trouble.
And Quap is taking a lot of liquid fire and dual breath damage. All she has is a salve, so she's going to take a little bit of a green tea break. And other than that, she is out of sustain.
Pretty even matchup.
Laposa. Defensive doppelganger. He looks like Spiritbreaker can pick up the kill, but Queen of Pain says no, it's mine. You can't have it. As soon as Tusk is out of lane, they start to dominate. They really need that snowball.
Pretty surprising. Was Winter Wyvern involved in that fight at all?
Nah, she was making her way back, doing a pull over here. At least that's what I saw. So it seems like both teams are paying a lot of attention to this lane, and if anyone moves away and they know there's a lack of resources, they're just going to go for blood, go for the kill. They saw Tusk wasn't there, and they went for it. They killed, and they managed to pick up the PL and the Jakiro, which are both very good kills.
Yeah, lots of back and forth trading down in this bottom lane too. Clockwork, Chris Brown has picked up his he's got a mango and he picked up his bottle, so he's probably gonna start to get pretty aggressive on this Slardar.
Tusk and Spiritbreaker trading a few last hits at the side shop. Tusk finally realizes that Spiritbreaker is just a little bit stronger than he is.
Lucky Bash,
charge, defensive snowball. But it's going to bring him to a nasty position, and he'll probably lose his life, and he does. PL is at the bottom lane, going on Chris Brown. The Spirit Lance takes him out, but they lose Slaughter on the side, so... yeah, it depends on which way you slice it, but that's a nice little chunk of gold for Laposa early on.
Yeah, a lot of action around the map.
Except mid lane. Mid lane feels a little dull right now. Jean Lee, 21 last hits, and the stand-in on the TA is up there with 32, leading the charts. So I hope Wind Ranger can find what she needs to start getting things done. Maybe she'll start roaming, throw out some shackles. She's got 2 points in the shackles, so that's a pretty long stun if she gets it onto a tree or a creep.
And they are definitely setting up for this.
Aggressive snowball on the TA. Good crush from the Slardar, but Clock has the hook. He comes in to support. He splits up the team fight with the cogs. Jean Lee is getting charged on the side. She doesn't know it yet, but she's going to discover it soon when that cow comes in. Here he comes across the river. Manages to get a nice hit. Does he get a lucky bash? No, he gets shackled. It's on the tree. Clockwork comes in with his cogs to try and defensively take care of Jericho. Mommy Popsicle Dragon also freezing him up to keep him alive. Wow, just the trading of huge blows with no kills. Fantastic plays on both sides.
And a really good ward placement from the Dire. Dilecom lays down that ward, trying to catch out somebody who's still like hanging around, see if they can get a kill out of it.
Yeah. And here comes Robert Baratheon charging down on the Phantom Lancer. Manages to walk away from that.
What did you call him, Robert Baratheon?
Yeah, Spiritbreaker's real name is Baratha something.
Oh.
And Barathrum, is it? It's Barathrum. So I always think of him as Robert Baratheon.
Okay.
From Game of Thrones. Yeah, I know. I got weird names for stuff, man. And then,
I did not play Dota 1, so I'm not super keen on this.
Not a Dota 1 thing. TA is getting locked down right now, +1 with the snowball, but she's got that meld, and no one has any detection. They can't deal with it. Bottom lane, Queen of Pain. Right-clicking the hell out of Laposa, but doesn't get the kill until she commits the Sonic Wave. Oh, and an aggressive smoke comes out as soon as they clean up that kill. Maybe they're looking to catch Keed out of position.
They are doing what they need to be doing. They are roaming around the map, creating a lot of chaos, trying to keep Keed on their toes and getting kills in the process. Really keeping down that PL is important.
Yeah, Queen of Pain still smoked, kind of floating around. She's looking to get super aggressive. I don't think she can handle Leposa on her own, though, and little does she know, +1 is going to reveal her smoke. Leposa giving Dilecom period some right clicking. And Jubileo chasing down the Spirit Breaker on top lane. Just action all over the map now, folks. Hook shot across the river. Chris Brown nailing Zhongli, hitting her with the cogs, and they managed to take her down, even though she uses the invisibility rune.
They had a lucky sentry ward here in the mid lane.
That was a fabulous hook. Good play, good play.
So Leposa on the Phantom Lancer doesn't have a lot, just a pair of brown boots right now, and he's not doing great on the last hits. The TA and the Quap are both on top of him. They've tried to switch their lanes up, and everybody's responding in kind. So the Quap is against the PL again.
I think it's a difficult kill on both sides, Queen of Pain and Phantom Lancer. They both have really good escape mechanisms. They can both be really obnoxious to each other. So I think it's going to kind of be just an annoying lane for both of them. They'll both be kind of jockeying for position. I think what you really want to be looking for is the mid lane and possibly the top lane. Amplified damage is on Spirit Breaker, but he looks like he wants to turn. Queen of Pain blinks in. Huge lag spike for me. Wind Ranger comes in with a shackle and her focus fire. She jumps in the snowball, ride or die. Going on Dilecom period. The Splinter Blast, knocks him down. She's able to blink out, but the Ice Path does not connect. Hui Hui is trying to hug that tower, but Zhongli is very interested in going on her. And then changes her mind as soon as she sees the TP, but the TP is canceled. Spirit Breaker charging in. Hui Hui very low on health, but wants to stick around because he knows the Spirit Breaker's coming in. The Flare will reveal a lot of heroes for them. Here comes the... Excellent poison attack on Wind Ranger. Spirit Breaker could not get that charge. I hear a hook shot, but it sounds like it's missed.
That was a fishing hook. So PL rotates to the mid lane to try and get some more farm. He's actually hopped up quite a bit on the last hit chart.
Oh yeah, up to 42. Excellent.
Yeah, he took advantage of all of that jockeying up in the top lane.
All that chaos.
I think even if Keed loses heroes, if they keep Leposa alive, they're coming out on top the longer this game goes on. So when they rotated all 4 of those heroes, even though they lost the Wind Ranger, they created a lot of space on the map for the PL.
Yeah, we'll see what this PL does with this farm. I'm really curious to see when Jubileo gets his Blink Dagger. That's going to be a huge turning point for Keed. They're going to have all the initiation and stun they could ever hope for in this world. Aggressive looking smoke from Keed, but got revealed, and now Spirit Breaker, he's interested in the slaughter, or no, he isn't. And they know he's there. They're pinging it out.
So he's stuck there for another 5 seconds.
He might be.
They don't have any way to get to him yet. Once the Blink Dagger comes out,
Power shot would really quickly reveal him. I don't think she's interested though. And the shackle on Dilecom period. It latches with the tree, and she will fall to the focus fire. No, she won't. She blinks out. Meanwhile, Jericho using his ultimate on the PL. PL gets on the side and manages to walk out. TA wailing on Vestius. Jericho gets shackled up and nuked down just a little bit. Here comes the Slithering Crush. Jubileo wants to go in on this, but decides to sprint away.
That was a great 3-man crush.
That power shot did some serious damage to PA and Hui Hui Hui. There's a flare. It reveals Jubileo, but doesn't do any damage. Sprint is used to get back to base. These engagements are. I am enjoying these engagements.
Again, all they lost there was Jakiro. So the longer that they hold this out, it's just going to get better and better. The TA is saving up for something. She's got
Probably
1,600 gold.
Probably a Deso.
You think it's going to be a Deso before a BKB? I feel like she needs the BKB first.
We'll see. There's a charge on Zhuan Li again. I don't know if they can do this, though. The Snowball is such a good counter to Spirit Breaker. He's really committing to this. The Shackle comes out, but it doesn't hit anything. And +1, defensive Snowball. They're just going to back up, get him into the position they want, and then try to right-click him down. Clockwork probably has his hook. There's the Nether Strike on Wind Ranger. There's the hook coming in. The Ice Path stops all three of them. Zhuan Li, can he get out of there? No, he can't. The Flare is the last nail in the coffin. Defensive Cold Embrace, or aggressive, excuse me. Good kill on Jakiro as well.
Yeah, they're doing a lot. They haven't managed to kill the PL, but they are still doing a lot.
Yeah, Dilecom is getting very aggressive, and Dilecom period, she's in the Roche pit losing a lot of her life, but she manages to blink out.
Looks like she's going for an Orchid, which will help a lot with the PL. They can lock him down and prevent him from doppelganging out of all of their ways to kill him.
An Orchid will be a very strong pickup for her.
Yeah.
And TA has been handily farming these Ancients, so she's got a Mithril Hammer already. So I'm going to say you are wrong and I am right, and she's getting the Deso, my friend.
Okay.
You think she's going to go the BKB, though?
No, I think it would be better.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess the Deso will help her farm up the BKB faster.
Yeah, we both have a chance at guessing this correctly. Jericho wailing on Vestius, fakes the Nether Strike. There's a bit of a ward war going on down here. just all kinds of things going on here.
Yeah, and this is what Dilecom needs. They need to make sure that they keep the advantage here on vision.
Yeah,
because without it,
no, go ahead. Sorry.
Without it, the Spirit Breaker he's going to have a really hard time. They just have so much lockdown.
Yeah, I agree. The PL has picked up a Bracer, so you might be going for early drums in that early team fight.
This ward right here, the Dire Ward, just barely gets missed by the Sentry, the Radiant Sentry Ward.
Crush comes out. Quick kill on Hui. Chris Brown tries to throw his hook shot, but hits the neutral creeps, unfortunately.
You were right, by the way. She went Deso. She's trying to get Roche all by herself, and she's gonna pay for it.
Big fight in the water. TA getting gone, but seems to be able to avoid some things. Jericho might fall on the end, and Keed losing multiple heroes in this river fight. Phantom Lancer has the cow coming after him. Could be a big scream from Queen of Pain, but no, she decides to just use the little scream. Oh no, Sonic Wave's off cooldown.
PL did manage to get the Spirit Breaker right before he died. They wanted it so bad that the Spirit Breaker went in and got himself killed.
And it looks like TA might be able to clean up this Roche now.
And they're probably going to get that bottom tier 1 out of it as well. That's a really good fight. I thought for sure the TA was going to die, but she had lots of backup.
Yeah, I think she had a defensive meld, but there was a sentry here. I don't know why they didn't see her. And it looks like Slardar going on Dilecom period, but
she was inside the Roche pit, and they didn't have anybody inside the Roche pit. I think that was the problem, because the Roche pit.
Great hook on Jubileo. Meanwhile, here comes the Space Cow. He's gonna charge in. He gets the hit. He has another strike available if he wants to use it.
Jakiro's in trouble.
He jumps to the other side of the river of lava. And his charge and right click will clean up the double-headed Harvey Dent Dragon.
I guess he was just trying to get as much as he could before he died, but he definitely revealed himself there.
And now +1 is taking a lot of damage from Dilecom period and the TA. He has a wand charge, though. It might keep him alive. Nope. Casual right click from period. And let's take a look at that net worth graph, huh? How does this look? Oof, huge swing in Dilecom, or well, huge gradual swing in Dilecom's favor. How about XP? Looking to mirror the net worth as well.
Yeah, they're keeping their lead up. They're keeping a lot of pressure on. The Clockwork is doing a great job with most of his hooks. I think he's only missed one, and coming in at the end of a fight to prevent Keed from responding.
And there's that blink dagger on TA now, so she's going to be blinking all over the place. And Slardar also has his blink. He's probably had it for a little while. I just didn't notice, but I think that's really important. His blink crushes are going to be what helps make or break their initiation.
I think one of the
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
One of the problems that Keed is dealing with right now is they're under-leveled. Both their supports are pretty low level, and the Tusk isn't having a lot of impact because he's only 6. And, I mean, we've got level 14 on the TA.
Hook just off the mark. Looked like it was a fishing hook. Does he have Ags? No, but he might be going 4-staff. He's got blade mail. So.
Yeah.
Maybe a little fishing illusion here. Way. Flying along over La Posa. Blink crush and cogs are out. The shards are on the mark and the snowball is going to lock down period. She's going to get punched in the air, but do they have follow-up to this? It doesn't look like it.
She managed to get out with a tiny, tiny bit of life.
TA aggressively blinks on Vestius, but he has the presence of mind to throw down the ice path, but it's just not enough. Jericho comes in with the charge.
Dilecom's going to get a tier 2 out of this, and they might even roll down and get a tier 2 bottom. They've got a good creep wave push in there.
They have a lot of options after that strong team fight to kind of float around the map however they want. And I think TA is still hanging on to her Aegis. It can't be lasting that much longer. Now they're like 2 minutes on it or something.
Let's see. Let's look at the Roche picks.
Take a look at that. I can't read that thing.
I think, yeah, a minute and a half is what our production team says.
All right, I was close.
Vivi doing a great job of chatting in our ear.
So now that we have a tiny bit of an intermission, let's all go to the lobby and get ourselves a snack. Look at these wards on the side of Dilecom. Like, they are not messing around, man.
They're doing such an excellent job with vision. And this is really what... So Keed needed to have this vision advantage, and they're losing vision advantage. They're losing safe. Their jungle is going to be no longer safe. The Spirit Breaker is running around, making them play differently than they would normally play.
Aggressive smoke from Keed. They anticipate that this tower is going to take some damage. They're just out of sight of being broken. And now it's broken. Here comes the crush. Can they lock down her long enough to kill her, though? The Walrus Punch doing some serious work. Jericho coming in from the side, charging in. The Macropyre doing a lot of work against the enemy heroes, though. And the TA's Aegis will get popped. Chris Brown comes in on Vestius. Can he finally get that last right click? He can. Liposa chasing down Huihui, but not quite getting it. The Shackle comes on in too. They're held in place for a really long time. The power shot hits a few, but Dilecom is just rolling over them. And is that an early GG?
Yeah, GG is called. I
Wow.
think they were frustrated with the game.
That is
Dilecom
too bad.
did an amazing job of keeping the pressure up and keeping those fights going in their favor.
Yep. They had some serious heroes who came online in the mid game, and they just grabbed the bull by the horns and just kept going. Or, sorry, grabbed the Spirit Breaker by the horns and just kept going.
Yeah, and that early Desolator build was, God, early Desolator was totally the right thing to do. You called it, and it was a great idea. And
I wasn't endorsing it. I was just predicting it.
No, it was good. It was good. Yeah, the Quap had picked up an Orchid as well, kind of at some point that we missed.
Right.
Just really, really well played by Dilecom in the second game.
Well, you can just add that to the things we miss.
Yeah, well,
It's a running tally right now.
yeah. Well, thanks for listening, everybody. If you liked what you heard, follow us on Twitch at New Meta Media, and you can find us on Twitter, where we also update frequently at NMM Dota. I'm at DJ Seek Dota on Twitter as well, and I am joined by 71, my co-caster. And have a great night.
As I like to say, good fight, good night.